gonna move on now to some of the interesting stuff. Did Elvis know the Colonel was illegal? Yes, he did. He knew it. But they worked so well together, and they had an understanding when Elvis signed with him that Elvis would do the music, whatever songs he picked. He was allowed to pick the songs and do them like he wanted to do them, and Colonel would never interfere with that. In return, promoting and all that was Colonel, and they agreed that Elvis wouldn't try to, tell Colonel, I want to be promoted this way, I want to be booked here, and so and so. So he let Colonel handle all that, and that was their mutual bond between them. Now, I don't know exactly when Tom Diskin come into the picture, but ever since I knew Colonel, Nelson knew Colonel, Tom Diskin was there.
Mm-hmm. I remember Mr. Diskin.
Really, really nice guy. God, he was nice. He's nice as he could be, and to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the reasons Colonel kept him around, and he was also very, very intelligent, and knew a lot of people, and he helped the Colonel a whole lot, on the promoting part of it, and he was loyal to Colonel.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna jump a little bit ahead. Elvis knew that he was an illegal lady, and all that, and he couldn't go out of the country. So somewhere around 73, boy, was a knockdown draft. 72 or 73, I'm not exactly sure of the year, but they had a, pretty much knockdown, drag out argument. I mean, boy, they went at it.
Colonel and Elvis?
Yeah. And so Colonel, he said, I said, I can't do that. And Elvis said, well, look, Colonel, here's the thing about it. Now, Tom Diskin is quite capable of handling the business ends if I tour Europe, and I want to tour Europe. And so wherever meeting they had, Colonel Tom Diskin was always there. So Tom heard this, and he told Elvis, he said, Elvis, I won't do it. I can't do it. And which,
I wouldn't go against Colonel.
He wouldn't go against Colonel. He was that loyal. And so, boy, that really hit hard and heavy with Elvis. So Colonel, he gets to thinking about what he can do. So finally, he come up. He said, look, Elvis, he said, rather than you touring Europe, let's bring all these countries to you. Well, what did that mean? That was a satellite.
Aloha.
Aloha from Hawaii. That's what it was. He said, we'll just bring them all to you. And that's how that came about. That's how he satisfied Elvis pretty much for the moment.
One.
I'll pull your tongue out, so help me.
Put the barker out. One.
No, she's gonna bark. She heard
Who was
something.
Bitsy Mott?
Bitsy Mott was...
I mean, I met him, but was he... He wasn't like Mr. Diskin.
He was Marie's brother.
Oh, okay.
Marie Parker, that was her brother, Bitsy
Okay.
Mott. And he traveled for a while, but, they moved around so much, and I don't think his wife liked it too much, so he didn't stay too often. I got to meet him and all, but I know from about, golly, after Elvis come back out of the Army, I think that's about when Bitsy Mott left. And that was, pretty much.
I remember him being there, but I don't remember him at all in the later years, like Mr. Diskin.
No, he wasn't. Mr. Diskin was always.
Mr. Diskin was always there.
And but that's how that all went about. And Elvis, you know, he just, he never got the opportunity to do what he wanted to really do. That satisfied Elvis, like I say, that satisfied him for a while, but like anything else, the new wore off of that, and he still wanted to tour Europe, and he felt like, you know, he should have the opportunity, but it just wasn't going to happen, not long as Colonel and Paul managed to. I wasn't there, but I was told by Joe Esposito that he even tried to buy the Colonel out, and the Colonel says, well, I want $10 million. That'd be your part of buying me out. It's $10 million. Elvis said, well, Colonel, he said, how you want it? All in one lump sum or installments? And Colonel says, Elvis, you ain't got that kind of money. He said, no, but he said, I think I can raise it and all. And Elvis said, well, maybe I can, maybe I can't, I don't know. But, you know, if that's what you want. So the Colonel started backing up a little bit, and anyway, I don't know the whole story, but they finally worked it out. And from then on, Elvis and the Colonel, you know, they stayed, you know, together.
Yeah.
But they didn't have that bond that was there in the beginning, you know. But Elvis was one of these type people that, you know, that he never forgot who made him and all that. The Colonel managed him and all that, and the fans made him. And he knew that, so that was his loyalty, was to Colonel and to his fans, especially his fans.
You know,
and I mean that with the deepest sincerity.
Mm-hmm.
I think Elvis showed it all his life. You know, he showed how much his fans he cared
I do
about.
too, because he always talked about it.
Yeah, and but anyway, that's the life and legend of Carl.
Carl Tom Parker. You know, one thing though, I think Colonel, you had to know how Colonel was. He really did feel for Elvis
In the beginning,
beginning.
Yeah, he looked on Elvis like a second son.
Yeah,
he really did.
But Colonel, as long as I knew him, Colonel did not show emotion. He was like and to me, he was very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't, you know,
No.
talk a lot to everybody around. He said what he had to say, and then he was gone.
No, but he did, boy, he had this steely-eyed,
Yeah.
blue-eyed, cold
Yeah.
stare, boy.
Cold stare.
And he, you know.
And if you were on his list,
Oh, you knew it.
You knew it.
Believe me. But I first met the Colonel in 1956, just telling you a little bit about how, you know, I got
in
to
56?
56 on Audubon Drive. And Betsy Mott was with him, and I think Tom Diskin, I don't think he was there, but that was during the time that some of those photos were taken by the cameraman.
One,
Golly,
can't think of his name.
can't think of his name. I'm getting,
Does it start with a W?
no. I'll probably think
Oh,
of it
no,
in a minute.
at
As soon
the
as I
house, yeah.
get off here, I'll think of it. You know. But anyway, that's when I first met him. And then when we moved to Graceland, and after he made "Loving You," that's when Aunt Gladys and Uncle Vernon went to Los Angeles while he was making "Loving You," and we had moved up there somewhere right around, I think, the middle of April. And the reason being we moved there is because he wanted my daddy to be able to, you know, to kind of look over things, because he was having so much done at one time. he was having both fences built, the stone fence and the wood fence, and also the fences inside. And he was having the pool put in. Mr. Nichols took care of the gardening part of it and all that. Mr. Gold took care of the interior of the house. He was doing all that. That's some of my, I know by name, and there was so much going on that that's what he, and that's why we moved up there first.
And they hadn't even began to move there yet, had
no,
they?
No, they moved there, I think, after he got back from making Loving You, as when he first went in, started living in Graceland. And golly, it was, man, I couldn't believe, when I first, I didn't go inside of Graceland until after it was finished, and as a 14-year-old, and knowing Elvis, seeing him come up in the music world and all, and going into the house and all that. House, it was like a mansion, man, back then.
It was a mansion.
Ooh, it was unbelievable. And I remember I can remember all the changes was made and all this, and there's not a spot in that house that I don't know. I mean, as a kid, teenager, and especially being in that situation.
From attic to basement.
I mean, attic to basement. Well, I knew every inch of that place. I was in that movie, like I came into Graceland with dirty shoes on.
Oh, you mean Elvis? Elvis the movie?
Yeah. Give me a damn break. I was a teenager, but I was, I'm not the smartest person in the world by no means, but I wasn't a damn idiot either. So that never was true, and I resent whoever told them that, and whoever it was, you're a lie. Not me, you the lie.
They probably just added it in.
Well, it was disrespectful and made me look like,
well, look
I didn't have real good sense, which I, not like to say I don't have a whole lot.
Well, look how they portrayed his mother and daddy
all
and grandma and all of them. I don't even want to get started on that
but anyway, that's the way it was, and that's I know after Loving You and all, we went to Nashville, to the Colonel's house, and he had an office, and that's where we went in, and Colonel and all, he was, God, super nice. How can I say it? He wound up giving me a watch and a couple of the books.
He was always
Elvis.
good to you, though.
And
growing up, and even after we were together, he was always good to you.
Yeah.
He always looked out, for you.
Yeah, he seemed to, like Elvis, kind of take care of me and all. And but anyway, that's how it was. Huh?
I said that's the name of that
And
tune.
that's the name of that tune. And I really hope y'all enjoy this video. And let me say, that I was really crazy about the Colonel, and I really cared about him, and but I cared about Elvis more. Elvis meant more to me than the Colonel did. So, when Elvis got down on him, I, went right along with him. I wasn't a yes man, but I always treated the Colonel with respect, even after, knowing all that I knew. Because he was, he had always been good to me, and but like Diskin was loyal to him. Well, that's
You
the way
were
I
loyal
was.
to Elvis, but you had to respect Elvis too.
Yeah,
And that was your main.
yeah. I mean, he's the person that paid me, and what a life it really was. But anyway, I hope I've kind of cleared up a lot of things for you. And if not, any more questions, if you might, you can just send them, to our promoter, Danielle Rowe, and we'll try to answer them as we can. And with that, what do we always say?
Elvis fans matter.
Hey y'all, this is just a reminder that all videos on the EFM Elvis Fans Matter channel are copyright material of EFM Elvis Fans Matter, owned and operated by Billy and Joe Smith and Danielle Smith Rowe. Any cropping, editing, and or distributing is strictly prohibited. We do not allow any embedding on our videos. So if you see any of our content on any other channel, that means that video has possibly been cropped or edited and shared from its original version, which would be on our channel. How to tell if you're on our channel? Look at the emblem on the front. If you see the emblem on the top of the page that has the EFM logo, then you are on our channel. But if you see this information on another channel, remember it has possibly been cropped, edited, and distributed when it was not supposed to be. So that material may not be its original version. If you have any questions, just reach out and let us know. And as always, Elvis fans matter.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.